Have you ever found yourself hesitating to step onto a curb, or feeling a flicker of anxiety when walking on uneven ground? If so, you're not alone. The subtle decline in balance after 50 isn't just an inconvenience, it can dramatically impact your independence and quality of life. Consider this: falls are the leading cause of injury and death among Americans aged 65 and older, costing the U.S. healthcare system an estimated $67.3 billion annually. That's a staggering figure, but the personal cost is far greater: the fear, the loss of confidence, and the potential for a life-altering injury. This isn't about accepting an inevitable decline, it's about understanding the why behind it, so you can proactively rebuild your stability and regain that freedom. We'll start by looking at the surprising hidden factors at play. One of the most overlooked reasons for balance decline lies within our brain's ability to process sensory information. As we age, the speed at which our brain integrates signals from our eyes, inner ear, and muscles can slow down. Think of it like a computer's processing speed decreasing. This isn't about cognitive decline, it's about the efficiency of our sensory processing. For example, when you step from a carpeted floor to a tiled one, your brain instantly registers the change in surface and adjusts your posture. After 50, this micro-adjustment might take milliseconds longer, just enough to cause a slight sway or feeling of instability. This delay means your body has less time to react to unexpected shifts, increasing your fall risk. Understanding this neural component is key to effective training, which we'll explore in detail soon. Deep within your inner ear lies the vestibular system, a complex network of fluid-filled canals and sacs that sense head movements and gravity. It's your body's internal gyroscope. Unfortunately, like many systems, it can become less efficient with age. Research suggests that after age 50, the number of nerve cells in the vestibular system can begin to decrease, and the fluid inside the canals can thicken, making it harder for the sensors to detect subtle head movements accurately. Imagine a boat's compass that's slightly off; it still points generally north, but not with precision. This leads to less accurate signals about your head's position in space, making simple tasks like turning your head while walking feel unsteady. But there are specific ways to re-engage this crucial system, and they're simpler than you might think. Another crucial factor is proprioception, your body's sixth sense. It's the unconscious awareness of where your body parts are in space without looking. For example, you can touch your nose with your eyes closed because of proprioception. As we age, the tiny nerve endings in our muscles, tendons, and joints, called proprioceptors, can become less sensitive. This means your brain receives less detailed feedback about the position and movement of your limbs. If you have reduced proprioception in your ankles, your brain might not accurately know how much your ankle is bending or twisting on an uneven surface, making it harder to correct your footing quickly. This diminished body sense is a silent contributor to instability. But the good news is, you can actively train and sharpen this vital sense through targeted exercises, which we'll cover in our actionable steps. While not directly a balance system, muscle weakness, particularly in your core and lower body, is a massive contributor to instability. Sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle mass and strength, typically begins in our 30s but accelerates after 50. By age 80, many individuals may have lost 30 to 50% of their peak muscle strength. Weak glutes and quadriceps mean less power to propel yourself forward and less ability to absorb shocks or quickly adjust your stance. A weak core makes it harder to maintain an upright posture, leading to a top-heavy feeling. Think of trying to stand on a wobbly stool. If your legs aren't strong and stable, you'll easily lose your balance. Building targeted strength isn't just about looking good, it's fundamental to functional balance, and we'll show you how to do it safely. Here's a common mistake that actually accelerates balance decline: reducing physical activity out of fear of falling. It's a natural instinct. If you feel unsteady, you might avoid walks, stairs, or social activities that involve movement. However, this avoidance creates a vicious cycle. Less movement means weaker muscles, less sensory input to your brain, and further decline in proprioception and vestibular function. For instance, a person who used to walk 30 minutes daily might reduce it to 10 minutes, then stop altogether. Within just a few months, their leg strength could decrease by 10 to 15%, making them even more susceptible to falls. The solution isn't to stop moving, but to move smarter and more intentionally. We're about to dive into practical, safe ways to break this cycle and rebuild your confidence. The first step to rebuilding balance is establishing foundational strength, particularly in your lower body and core. You don't need a gym or heavy weights. Start with bodyweight exercises. For example, chair stands. Sit in a sturdy chair, then stand up without using your hands, and slowly sit back down. Aim for 3 sets of 10 to 12 repetitions. Another excellent exercise is wall push-ups. Stand facing a wall, place your hands on it at shoulder height, and gently lean in, bending your elbows, then push back. This strengthens your upper body and core, crucial for maintaining stability. Incorporate these 3 to 4 times a week. Building this base strength provides the power and control your body needs to react effectively to balance challenges. Next, we'll focus on directly challenging your balance systems. Once you have some foundational strength, it's time to introduce dynamic balance exercises that challenge your vestibular and proprioceptive systems. One highly effective exercise is the heel-to-toe walk, also known as tandem walking. Find a clear space, stand tall, and place the heel of one foot directly in front of the toes of the other, as if walking on a tightrope. Take 10 to 15 steps forward, then turn around and repeat. Focus on keeping your gaze steady and your core engaged. Another great option is walking backward in a straight line for 10 to 15 steps. These movements force your brain to process complex sensory input and make rapid adjustments, improving your overall stability. Start by holding onto a wall or counter if needed, and gradually reduce support. We'll reveal a simple, everyday hack to boost this even further. The third crucial step involves exercises that integrate your sensory systems. This means training your brain to use information from your eyes, inner ear, and muscles more efficiently. A fantastic exercise for this is single-leg standing. Stand near a counter or wall for support. Lift one foot slightly off the ground, holding for 10 to 20 seconds. Repeat 3 to 5 times per leg. As you get more comfortable, try to do this while gently turning your head left and right, or up and down. This challenges your vestibular system. Even more advanced, try it with your eyes closed for a few seconds, only with immediate support nearby. This forces your body to rely entirely on proprioception and your vestibular system. Just 5 minutes of this daily can make a significant difference, and we have one more powerful tip to share. Beyond dedicated exercises, incorporating balance training into your daily routine is a game changer. Here's a simple, yet powerful hack: practice standing on one leg while doing everyday tasks. For example, when you're brushing your teeth, lift one foot off the ground for 30 seconds, then switch feet for the next 30 seconds. While waiting for water to boil, try standing heel to toe. These small, consistent efforts add up. They constantly challenge your balance systems without requiring extra time in your day. Just 2 minutes of this focused effort twice a day can significantly improve your stability within weeks. This approach turns mundane moments into opportunities for improvement, making balance training sustainable and impactful. But what about common myths that might be holding you back? Let's debunk a pervasive myth: that balance decline is an inevitable part of aging you simply have to accept. This is absolutely false. While some physiological changes occur, the rate and severity of balance loss are highly modifiable. Many believe that getting older means you just become clumsy, so they resign themselves to it. However, scientific research consistently shows that targeted balance and strength training can significantly improve stability, even in individuals well into their 80s and 90s. One study of older adults showed that those who engaged in a consistent balance training program for 12 weeks reduced their fall risk by over 20%. Your body, regardless of age, retains an incredible capacity for adaptation and improvement. Don't let this myth prevent you from taking action and regaining your confidence. There's one last, crucial component to consider. Before starting any new exercise program, especially if you have existing health conditions or a history of falls, it is always recommended to consult with your doctor. They can assess your individual situation, identify any underlying medical issues that might be contributing to balance problems, and help tailor a safe and effective plan. For instance, certain medications can affect balance, or conditions like neuropathy or inner ear disorders might require specific medical attention. Your doctor might also recommend a physical therapist, who can provide personalized guidance and advanced exercises. This medical consultation ensures that your efforts to rebuild balance are not only effective but also safe, giving you peace of mind as you embark on this journey to greater stability and independence. Don't overlook this vital step. Rebuilding your balance after 50 is entirely within your control. It's not about magic pills or extreme workouts, but consistent, targeted effort. By understanding the why behind balance decline, from brain processing to muscle weakness, you can effectively implement foundational strength, dynamic balance, and sensory integration exercises. Remember to incorporate daily hacks and always consult your doctor. Taking these steps can significantly reduce your risk of falls, boost your confidence, and unlock a more active, independent life. If you found this information helpful, please consider subscribing for more insights on health, mobility, and longevity.